Hi, everybody. Welcome to Satsang. I am Katie Augustyn, and I'm the spiritual head of the Transformation Center CT, which is based in Westport, Connecticut. I'm also a transformation coach, an energy healer, shamanic practitioner, and I guess soon to be a certified NLP practitioner. So that's something new. So I'm excited about that. So welcome everybody to tonight. And I want to introduce Radha Cathy French, who is also one of the hosts of Satsang. Hi, Radha.
Hi, honey. Good to see you.
Yeah, welcome. So Radha is a spiritual head of the Mahavatar Babaji Mystery School of New England. And she's also a healer and a coach. And she has a private practice called Loving Kindness Healing. And that's her website, lovingkindnesshealing.com. And she comes down here to the Transformation Center, teaches workshops and does training. So we work together a lot. And she's actually, my mentor, my friend, my leader, everything. Wouldn't be here without you. So
thanks, Katie.
Thank you. I'm not sure if Nalini is going to be here tonight with us or not. But if she is, we can introduce her when she comes on. So the schedule for tonight, we're going to do Arati, which is a waving of the lights, which Radha will explain in a few minutes to get us started. Then we're going to talk about our topic tonight, which is raising your vibration. So that, and what I was saying a minute ago is everybody's going to be welcome to share anything along those lines at the beginning instead of waiting till the end, if you'd like to, about how you go about raising your vibration. And then Radha will do a guided visualization for us. And depending on how long everything goes, we may or may not do chanting tonight. If Nalini comes, we'll do it. If she doesn't, maybe we will skip it. So that's it. So again, welcome everybody. And Radha, whenever you're ready, get us started.
Okay, so we're going to begin with Arati, which means the waving of the lights. And we're asking with each waving of the light that the light within our own heart be kindled. So I'm going to be waving this light to the masters behind Katie and also to all of you. We're lighting the incense, asking that our prayers and this chant be sent to the heavens. Here we go. A little bit of a breeze over here. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Shiva. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. It's great to be here. Feels like summer in Connecticut today, hot and humid, but maybe we'll get some rain tonight. So everybody knows about, energy vibration, right? And how we all vibrate at our own little frequency, particular frequency, but it changes a lot depending on our thoughts, depending on our emotions, depending on who we are with, depending on a lot of things. So I've been thinking a lot about this lately, and how it all works and how we can make it, work better for ourselves. And, the higher our frequency, the lighter we feel, and I was reading a little bit about it, and it spans everything: the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. So think about it, just where we are right now. We're in a really nice place and it's space, and see if you do feel that lighter feeling, that that greater sense of clarity, maybe a little more balance, harmony. All of those things come to us when we're in a higher vibration, and things are easier to deal with. Anything that comes our way, any type of pain or emotion, I think it's easier to deal with if you're in that centered, higher vibrational space. I think things flow better. It's easier to manifest what we're looking for when we're in that state. Generally, I think things are just feel more positive overall. And, on the flip side of that, if you can think to a time when you weren't in that vibration, when maybe you were in a little bit lower vibration, if you were upset about something or tired or, angry or not feeling well, how everything just feels heavier, it just feels like denser and like things don't feel like they're easy, like problems seem bigger. You might experience more pain instead of, just not feeling it so much. Your energy's a little bit darker. It seems like everything takes more effort to achieve your goals. I just have this feeling of like being kind of sluggish. It's just like everything is just a little bit harder. So that's one reason to shift our vibration. And Radha and I were talking about earlier how whatever state we're in, that is reflected back at us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about how that occurs for you, Radha?
It's I guess I'd like to start by saying one of the reasons that I like doing satsang with you is because you raise my vibration, and that coming together with all of you lifts me up. That I was thinking about, I've had some of my own issues come up recently, and it's like, and I don't know if this is true for any of you, but as soon as I'm confronting my own issues, all of my skills, all the things that I've learned how to do, just I completely forget them, and I feel like I'm back at square one. And sometimes what I need is something passive that's gonna so that I feel supported, or that I even feel worthy of being supported. I mean, sometimes depending on the stuff that I'm working with, self-worth will come up pretty easily. So being with someone who's who can see being with someone who can see the light in me helps raise my vibration. There's there the place that I try to go when I feel that I'm in my highest vibration is when I feel that God is with me. And one of the things that I do is I say the 23rd Psalm, the Lord is my shepherd. And I say it slowly, with each trying to bring like God's spirit into each word, so that I begin to feel like, what would it be to know that the Lord is my shepherd? Like, what is that for me? And it's those kinds of things. I'm picking the 23rd Psalm just because it's something that I work with and I can remember pretty easily. But I've done the same thing with words to a love song. I mean, I remember, it's like, it doesn't matter what it is that you find that brings you into a place of feeling clearer and worthy, and I feel a certain kind of spaciousness, or all the things that Katie was so beautifully pointing to, that heaviness, the sluggishness, you know that that chatter track of all of your worst qualities, or the things that you shouldn't have done, or like that whole crazy town.
Right.
It whenever I need something that will help me turn away from crazy town and come to something that feels positive for me. So you guys are so fortunate to be in Connecticut, because I think one of the highest vibrational places I've been it's called Peony Heaven, and it's in Thomaston, Connecticut. It's it has the vibration is so high there. I've sometimes go there and I take a nap. I mean, it's just like I'm so relaxed. I'm just so like blissed out. And it's a retail store and people live there, but it's acres of these beautiful flowers, and the vibration is so high. I need something passive that's going to just like hold me so I can regain my center. So that's the kind of thing that I do to help raise my vibration, because when we're all in our highest vibration, that means that we're ourselves. because that's our most powerful, most radiant, most beautiful place, is when we're most ourselves. Even if we believe horrible things about ourselves, there is something true about us that when we're in touch with it, then we can stand tall. Then the light can begin to flow through us and we can carry on, as Katie was so beautifully pointing to. So
Yeah, no, that's great. That's perfect. I agree. And, you know, part of it perhaps is connecting with our higher self,
yeah.
you know, and being in that space, that heart space. And for me, you know, connection is one of my core values. So it plays out in this realm as well, connecting with you, connecting with everybody tonight. And that brings me up, you know, just connecting heart to heart with somebody. I feel like I can be myself in that kind of space. So it's great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so we can talk about some other ways. And you know, one thing that I was thinking about is how, you know, our thoughts themselves and our emotions have their own vibration, you know, just by themselves. And that's something that we're in control of, you know, our thoughts, which then create the emotion. So if you can shift your thoughts into a more harmonious kind of pattern, and, you know, maybe if there's a negative thought, you know, you can acknowledge it and let it go, and then kind of shift into that positive. That can bring you pretty quickly into a better space. So just being conscious of your thoughts, that's really the first step. You know, notice that they are thoughts. You know, this is not true. What, you know, what I'm thinking or what I'm hearing in my head or whatever like that. So I think that's one good place to start. Yeah. So does anybody else want to share? And we have a few others, but anybody? Janet, do you want to have your hand up?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to unmute before and I couldn't, and because I was hitting the wrong thing. No, I did want to mention that, you know, being in creative areas in the past too, when my vibration was in the right place, when I was in flow, I was creative, I could give of myself, I had the right mindset. It just seemed everything, not even just the creative would flow, everything would flow. And as you know, Katie, that, you know, in the, you know, the recent time, I have been in a stuck place. So things aren't flowing and I'm not reaching that vibration. You know, I mean, here and there, but not in the way that in the past I would stay in a flow and in a good place, and I could give off and I could help other people and be there for other people. But the other thing I wanted to mention, Radha, and this is just so interesting that you said the 23rd Psalm. So I've been saying that for years and years. And it's something that maybe it's because one of the things that I memorized and I know it, it speaks to me. And, but I noticed that the only time I would ever hear it was at funerals. And I was afraid that my saying it was a bad thing, because was I drawing in like that energy of the dead? Like I don't know. So I researched it, and so there's a lot of research about it that it isn't necessarily meant for funerals, and it is about life affirming and being in that valley, and having the belief in God. And I was so happy that there was that explanation for it, because I was like, because I say it every day, and I use it, and I do get, you know, maybe not enough of a vibration to stay with me right now, but it does lift me up. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah, yeah. That's great. That's so interesting that two out of five people. Anybody else know? Any other ideas for what helps you guys personally, or
you know, laughter's great, right? So laughing about things, Sometimes just listening to certain songs makes me very happy. Kind of dancing, doing things like that.
Yeah, well, music for sure. That's a big one on everybody's list, you know, and some types of music have a higher vibration than others, but I think it's somewhat a personal preference as well. I mean, I listen to classical music, you know, a lot, pretty much all day long, and also sacred music, chanting. I don't know if anybody can hear in the background tonight, but we have some chanting going on. Yeah, so that's always, and if anybody wants the file for this, it's an MP3 file, I think, or MP4, forget what, MP3, I guess. I can send it to you. Yeah, so that's great. Yeah, movement, dance, definitely movement. Anything that gets your physical body moving and flowing, you know, so all of that energy can flow through you, is also a good one. Yeah.
You know, Tony Robbins talks about the way to change your vibration. He's not doesn't particularly talk about raising it, but I think this is what happens: is you change what you're thinking about, you change what you're doing, and change what you're I'm sorry, I started change what you're doing, change what you're thinking about, and change your body. Like get up and move around, like what Leslie was just talking about. You know, if you're doing all three of those things, then something's going to shift. I thought it was
Yeah.
really, you know, it's a nice little combo there.
Yeah, and it sounds simple because actually it is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and if it works, you know.
Yeah.
Another one that comes up on everybody's list is gratitude. That it's really hard to be angry or maybe sad, I'm not sure, but you know, it's hard to hold both of the gratitude and a very, you know, lower vibrational emotion. I think, you know, if you can really feel it, you know, it's not like, oh, I'm grateful for blah blah blah, now shut up. You have to really feel it, and I think it's true in my experience. It does work. Also, right along those lines is acts of kindness.
Yeah.
You know, and compassion. If you see somebody, and it just lifts. You know, I think it's like we say that. You know, when somebody does something for us, it's a gift to us. But you know, the way I see it is, it's really a gift for the other person to be able to help me. You know. So I allow people to help me because it helps them, you know, it raises their vibration.
It's so true. That's to allow someone else to help us. You know, it requires a certain amount of vulnerability on our part, you know, to be able to open and receive something. It's really, you know, a lot of people have a hard time receiving. I'm not the best at it myself, but to allow people to give to me, currently it's falling into my work category. So working to receive, but I think you're absolutely right, Katie. Yeah.
It takes practice. You know, you have to practice. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know why that's hard for a lot of us to receive. It's much easier for us to give. Yeah. True. And then some of the other things that I thought of are more like in the physical realm, like well, we talked about the exercise or dance, getting your body, moving your body, but also like what you put in your body, what you consume, the foods you eat, what you drink, you know, and how good water is, you know, good filtered water if you can. But somewhere I read was talking about the vibrations of the foods themselves. They thought of, I knew that healthy was better, you know, like that. But I read that, so some foods vibrate at high frequencies, and some examples are broccoli and blueberries. Well, guess what? I eat broccoli and blueberries every day. I'm like, thank you. That's great. And it said that Big Macs don't vibrate at all. wonder.
shock.
And then of course there's, meditation and, the spiritual practices that we all do or aspire to do as much as we can. And Dave Larry just put in the chat box, chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, I'm gonna Dave. That's something in the NLP training that I switched from a like to a dislike, and so far so good.
That's what I use too. Chocolate chip
kidding.
cookies. No, I bet we're not the only two.
Actually, our head trainer, that was her example.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So, and what else is something that you guys do to raise your vibration? Anything else that we haven't already talked about? And anything about why it's important, or anything else you want to share? No. Okay. How about you, Radha?
Dave, did you raise your hand?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't see you right now. Thank you.
My camera's on.
There you are. My screen. So there you are. Hi.
Okay. Hi. You have to forgive me. I'm running back and forth to the kitchen to try to get dinner on the table at some point. But something that I would contribute as far as raising one's frequency, and if I missed it earlier, I probably did. You'll have to forgive me. And that is the Om meditation and the tone, universal tone of Om. And I'm kind of late to the yogi game and didn't realize how powerful it was in so many aspects of not just Buddhist life, but just in the tone of earth, the frequency of earth that you mentioned. And Katie knows that I love music, so there are certain tones on the piano, for example, with certain instruments. The saxophone is the instrument that is most commonly associated with the human voice. So if you hear a certain, for example, you listen to a John Coltrane ballad, you can hear the human voice in his solos. So there are certain universal tones, but Om being at the top of that particular pyramid. So if it was mentioned already, then please forgive me.
No, we didn't mention that specifically. That's great. That's beautiful. I love that. I know you love all types of music and you're a musician. Is there any specific other like genre that really does it for you in terms of raising your?
Sure, and it again dawned on me later in life, but very, very what's known as dub reggae, which is a very bass heavy style of reggae music, usually played at a very slow tempo. Oh, excuse me, tempo. Good Freudian slip there. And most often instrumental, or at least with more sound effects than singing, or sometimes there's chanting over it. The real hardcore Nyabingi Rastafarians don't use any electrification at all. It's all done with drums and chanting. But a very, very deep bass oriented, what they call dub style of reggae, that hits me right in the solar plexus chakra. And I've experienced it on a personal level and experienced it out and about and, in various either nightclub or performance situations, but even just listening to the right kind of rhythm from the right artist. Lee Scratch Perry would be a good example if anybody wants to delve deeper into that. But that answers your question, and as far as a specific genre.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think percussion in general is that, like all the drumming, and it's very closely aligned with the spiritual, vibration. So.
Well, it's interesting that the word Nyabingi translates to owl's heartbeat. So it has a real ecological, human connection there.
Great, very nice. Well, thanks for.
Thank you. I'm going to run back to the kitchen.
Okay, all right. We'll see you in a little while. We're going to do a guided visualization in a few minutes. Unless anybody else has anything they'd like to add to that.
Katie, I just want to say, being in nature, I find nature one of the best reorganizers that I know. Going for a walk, just anything in nature, I think helps get us back to center.
Yes, yes. Actually, I had thought of that earlier and then it just left my head. So that's great. Yeah,
Uh,
I think that does resonate for a lot of people. Nature just calms down our nervous system and does a lot of good things for us.
Yeah,
mhm.
I go to the beach almost every day. I have to look at the water, and there's nothing like it. I can pray looking at the water. I can be, I can forget troubles. I mean, everything is okay if I can see the water and be at the water. So
Yeah.
yeah. And the other thing for me, and I was not even thinking this before until this is talked about all the music, but my daughter is a singer, and my son also, but my daughter especially. And um, anytime she's singing, and she's a music therapist. So I mean, think about that voice and the people that she reaches. She's working with senior citizens in a nursing home 5 days a week, and she works with autistic teens and people on Sundays. So I mean, everything that she does with music reaches a higher vibration and level. But there is nothing in the world that makes me as spirited, spiritual, high, as feel as good as listening to her voice singing, and whatever it is, in other languages, Broadway shows, anything. So there is something, for me personally, I mean, it's music, like everyone is saying that music, but that personal side of it is just otherworldly for me. It's a very big high.
Wow. I'm glad
Yeah,
you shared that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah. Yeah, and I just thought of something, Leslie, that I know you love to garden and to cook. So is that something that resonate with you in terms of raising your vibration?
Sometimes. There's a lot of weeding, and sometimes I'm like, oh, where'd those weeds come from? So, but I enjoy harvesting. I enjoy seeing it there, and I enjoy harvesting. But the weed part of it, I always wish I had. I'm always looking at the dogs, going, I wish you could help me.
Yeah. All right. Well, that totally makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, are you about ready for guided visualization? All right. So let me set this up so we can just have it as a freestanding recording, so you can put it on your website or whatever. Okay. So thanks everybody for being here. Would like to start a guided visualization by Radha Cathy French, who is the spiritual head of the Mahavatar Babaji Mystery School of New England. And she's with us tonight. And I really appreciate your being here, Radha. Thank you very much.
You, Katie.
All right, whenever you're ready, you can get us started.
So just take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it to the count of 7, and then exhale through your mouth, releasing, relaxing, letting go. And again, breathe in through the nose, hold it to the count of 7, and then exhale through the mouth, releasing, relaxing, letting go. Let your breath return to normal. As the furniture you're sitting on comfortably holds you, you just relax that little bit more, coming home to yourself. Breath in, breath out. You become aware of the energy around your own beingness. this energetic field called your aura, a dancing kaleidoscope of light, color, its own texture, its own contents, uniquely yours. As you feel yourself becoming more grounded in the place where you are, allowing your heart, become aware of the beating of your heart. So constant, not remembered, and yet it continually moves, moving the blood through your body, feeling yourself moving deeper and deeper into yourself as your auric field now becomes more cosmic, and you can see the night sky, midnight blue, stars twinkling, the radiant light of the moon shining upon you as you relax more deeply, held in this cosmic field of twinkling light and pervasive peace. Feel the aliveness around you, the loving intelligence available to you. Feel your energy centers within the body, running along the spine, coming in alignment, almost like your whole energy system is an antenna, moving slightly this way and that, to receive the guidance of the cosmos, tuning into the most loving and pure vibration. Feel how consoling it is, comforting, guiding, the warmth of your energetic field increasing. Feeling your third eye, that space between your brows, and that space at the base of your skull, awakening to receive your own guidance. Receive the message that's there for you now. Asking questions if you'd like. Mostly just receiving the light and the love, however it comes to you. Feeling safe in the space in which you dwell. And feel this message coming to your heart. You breathe. allowing your heart to expand. Begin to blossom like a rose. Pink, the color of unconditional love. And the fragrance of the truth you just received. Being carried on the currents of the cosmos. Feel how you are a blossom, a cosmic blossom of love and light. Feel the awakening of other beings. Sense the fragrance of this garden of spiritual humanity. You, a treasured blossom in this garden. Feel how comfortable you are with blossoms that are similar to you. In this garden, we're here for the same kind of thing. Supporting each other, encouraging each other, appreciating each other, loving and appreciating ourselves. That we get to be this being, this blossom, in this garden, this lifetime. Breathe. Peace. Feeling the cosmic connection you have within everyone in this garden. How blessed are we? Breathe. As you breathe in through your heart, allowing truth to be filtered through the blossom of your heart. You may receive what you most need to receive. Feel the peace and love coming to you now, blessing you, awakening you. Feel the energy on your shoulders, as if it's an energy similar to being knighted, as if some blessed object has gently touched one shoulder and then the other, and your head, the top of your head, in recognition of who you are in the eyes of the cosmos. Someone recognized and appreciated for your service, for what you're doing, for who you're being, just as you are. The quality of your beingness is recognized, welcomed, and appreciated. And feel a gift in your hands, a jewel, sparkling, looks like a flask embedded with diamonds of light. Filled with liquid light. liquid light, quenching your spiritual thirst, that you may never thirst again. Taking this liquid light within you, light purer than diamonds, liquid light, nourishing you and your soul, spirit, emotions, mind, and body. And breathe. And allow these energies to integrate. Feeling yourself taking a step up in your life. Recognizing that you're more than you thought yourself to be. Feel our entire garden rising up. The perfume from all our flowers, so beautiful. Breathe it in. It's that sweetness and love feeds you. And breathe. Feeling the light that's in you now. Let it radiate. Like the stars themselves radiate their own light. Just letting yourself shine. Letting the light just go out for the joy of it. It's too beautiful to keep for yourself. Feeling our lights together, brightening each other's light. Going out further and further. No effort. Just the radiance of your own inner light. Letting the world know you're here. So those people who are trying to find you can find you. And breathe. And give thanks. May God bless you and keep you. Cause His face to shine upon you. Amen. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, moving yourself this way and that. When you're ready, open your eyes. And we're back in the room in which we started.
Oh, thank you. That was
Yeah,
beautiful, Radha.
thank you.
Yeah, so I think we all needed a little of that. And great, really, really nice. Thanks again. So that was Radha Cathy French doing a beautiful guided visualization for our Satsang from the Transformation Center CT. Thank you.
Okay.
So I don't think we have time for chanting tonight, and Nalini is not going to be able to make it, as it turns out. So that's okay. It's a beautiful note to end on, and I would like to just offer a blessing at the end, unless anybody has anything they would like to share before we do. No? I think I can see everybody on my screen. Let's see. Nobody. Okay. All right. Well, you mentioned the moon, and so starting to feel that full moon energies coming in tonight. It's probably already here. Yeah, so just back into your heart where we just were, and just feel the energy of gratitude, that full moon. Just let one thing that you're grateful for come into your space right now. Letting you know how special you are and how loved you are and how grateful you are and how grateful we are for you. Also feel the energy that comes with the full moon of completion. Is there anything that's coming to completion for you? Also the energy of releasing. So let one thing that you would like to release tonight come into your space in order to be released. Let it come and express gratitude, acknowledge it for the learning, teaching that it brought to you. And if you're ready to release it, you can do so right now. Just feel the light available for you anytime. Take that light with you out into the world, share it, be the light, share it freely, expand it, nurture it, and let it just flow out of you to the whole world, along with all the love there is. May you be blessed. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Sending lots of love to you always.
Beautiful, Katie. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. We'll see you the next time, which will be in person. That's our plan for June, to be in person. So look for the email about that. Hope to see you all then. All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Namaste.